So this video is going to be slightly different to what I usually talk about. You know, I like to talk about motivation and, you know, how to get your life in order. And, you know, I do rant a bit, you know, and I do like to roast people. But this one's all about the martial arts and the boxing world. So if you do taekwondo, MMA, boxing, whatever, karate, or you do some kind of martial arts or sparring, you would definitely appreciate this video. You definitely, if you are a competitor and you fight or whatever, you will definitely appreciate what I'm about to say in this video because you would have experienced it. So I watched that Anthony Joshua fight not too long ago, and if you've seen the fight, you would have seen that he got beaten. Yeah, and he got beaten pretty badly, but it's his own fault because I haven't even seen none of his interviews or nothing like that. But I know for a fact that he took that guy lightly because he must have looked at this Luiz guy on paper and physically and thought to himself, there's no way I can lose to a chump like that. He's too inexperienced. He's short. He's out of shape. I'll beat him any day. So I don't need to put in no work. Yeah, I'll still go training. Yeah, I'll still go to the boxing gym and train just to keep my stamina up. But I don't need to put in no work. Nah, he's light, man. Just 1-2 rounds max, I'll brush him up one time. Well, he was wrong if he thought that. Never underestimate your opponent. That's the biggest mistake you could ever make in your life. But you know what? It's good he lost. I'm glad he lost because now he's going to step his game up. And now that's more of an incentive for him to fight Wilder. Because everyone wants that fight to happen. And I know before there was a bit and ahhing about, oh, you know, is it like some money business or whatever in it, instead of just going in the ring and doing this. Like, I don't care. This is the problem I have with boxing as well. It's too much of a business deal. Yeah? They're supposed to be like, I know it's about money nowadays and stuff, innit? But like, if you're a man, yeah, if another man's challenging you in the boxing ring, you're supposed to get in there and fight him. Unless this guy is just not on your level. Yeah, like he's some punk out on the street. But Wilder is not no punk out on the street. So that fight needs to happen. But now, because he lost, people are doubting him or whatever, innit? Now he needs to prove himself because I believe he lost some belts as well. So now he's going to have to prove himself. So now I'm glad that he lost that fight because that's an incentive for him to go and work hard and fight and hopefully beat Wilder. Now, when I say hopefully beat Wilder, I'm not too sure if I want Wilder to win. I just really want to see this fight, though. But I think Anthony Joshua can beat Wilder. I think he will beat Wilder. But he would have to train for it. There's no taking it easy or even training, like, you know, having good training sessions. He needs to be working hard. He needs to eat, sleep, training. That's it. Yeah? That's all he needs to be doing. Like, there's no messing around, no going out and stuff like that. He needs to be living in that gym and training. And I know what it's like to lose to someone who technically on paper I'm better than, and I also know what it's like to beat someone who technically on paper I might be technically inferior. They would be the favorite on paper. So I went to a taekwondo competition 2 days ago, and the first fight I had was against my training partner. Now, he's not from my club, he's from a different club, but I go to his club to train with him and some of the other guys, and sometimes we organize ourselves to go to a different club as well. So I get around in the taekwondo world of London, and technically on paper my training partner is better than me. Now, I fought him in a taekwondo competition prior to Sunday, and I actually beat him, but I got kind of lucky because they stopped the fight too early or whatever in it. So I technically won that fight on points. But technically he could have beat me as well. He could have caught up to me and beat me. So I beat him in that one. And then a couple days ago I beat him again because he technically on paper is better than me. So I naturally have to be wary of him because I know what he's capable of. So when I went into the ring, with the mindset as I'm going to be super sharp. I'm trying to not let this guy get nothing on me. Yeah, I'm going to give him a fight. And then afterwards, I bucked up on someone who, prior to that, yeah, so on that day, I saw him have a fight with someone who is inferior to him technically, and he just about won that fight. He scraped the barrel. He just about won. He won by like 1 or 2 points. So I kind of done an Anthony Joshua thinking at first I was like, yeah, this is going to be an easy fight. But then as the day progressed, because it's a long day, I thought to myself, nah, don't get too complacent because he could switch it up. And that's exactly what the guy did. I saw in his face a couple of hours before we got on the mat that he was a bit afraid. He even came up to me and he was asking me, oh, what's your fight number? Is it 528? Boy, you know you and I are both in the -74 category and there's only 4 of us in the category. You know I won my fight and you know you won your fight. You know we have to be in the finals. Why are you asking? You know who I am because I'm quite popular on the circuit now. So people know my name. So he's coming up to me trying to fill me out or whatever. So I just said, yeah, I'm 528 as well. I'm like, yeah, we're together in it. Cool. So he was afraid or whatever in it. But when we got in the ring, he gave me that fight. Now he didn't beat me up or nothing like that. I lost in the last 10 seconds, which I was gutted at, but it just goes to show it's not all about who technically is better on paper, because sometimes the underdog, they use that fear that person's better than me to make them work hard. If you know you're gonna have a fight with a flipping well, God forbid that happen. If you know you're gonna have a fight with someone who is weaker than you, you're not gonna really train hard. But if you know you're going to have a fight with someone like Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder, you're going to train hard for it because you're going to prepare yourself. And that's the thing in life. People underestimate people and lots of things in life. And that's how you end up losing when you get complacent. So, if you're a fighter, if you're a competitor, if you do boxing or MMA or taekwondo, karate, don't underestimate no opponents because you will end up like some people. Yeah, some people, they get their ass whooped by people they shouldn't. Don't underestimate no one. Listen, I'm from the hood, and one of the baddest boys in my area was this tiny guy. I'm not going to say his name, but anyone who's from my hood, they will know this guy. If I said his name right now, yeah, people in other areas will know, yeah, my man. One of the baddest boys and he wasn't even bad, like he didn't even go around and do nothing, but just his presence. This guy's about 5'5", skinny. And most people will knock him out, but no one wants to knock him out because he was a rude boy. But that just goes to show it's not all about size or whatever. It's all about what's in here, yeah? When you got heart, yeah? When you got 2 people in the ring and they've both got the same technical ability, the one who's got the most heart is usually going to win the fight. The thing I like about boxing and sparring and taekwondo world is the lineups, the matchups, because you could have people with certain technical ability on paper, and someone will say, oh, because this person's got this technical ability and that person's got that technical ability, you know, that person can beat that person. It doesn't go that way. You actually have to see the people fight. That's the only way to determine who's better than the other person. You can look at all the stats and that, you won't know until they get in the ring. Now, my friend and I were talking and we came up with this term. It's called fighting maths. And it's basically, I could have a fight with a guy called John. I could beat John easily, yeah? And then John could knock out someone called Peter within the first round. Just because I was able to beat John and John was able to beat Peter doesn't necessarily mean that when I come across Peter, I'll be able to beat him. Peter could possibly beat me. Now, in the real world, and hopefully we see this very soon, we had Anthony Joshua fight with Breazeale. Now, Anthony Joshua took Breazeale to either the 7th or 8th round before he beat him. And I'm glad he beat him as well, because I didn't like the way he was sizing him up out in the street before they had the fight. So yeah, I really wanted Anthony Joshua to knock out Breazeale because I didn't like his attitude. Plus he's American as well. So anyway, so Anthony Joshua took Breazeale to either 7th or 8th round, yeah, and he beat him. Now, Deontay Wilder knocked out Breazeale in either the 1st or 2nd round, yeah. So naturally, people will think, well, if Anthony Joshua kind of struggled or whatever, he took Breazeale to the 7th or 8th round, and Deontay Wilder knocked out Breazeale in the 1st or 2nd round, then oh, that means Deontay Wilder will knock out or at least beat Anthony Joshua. No, it doesn't go that way. You have to see them enter the ring and fight. Now, hopefully, we see this fight happen very, very soon. You know, I'm really excited. So, yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that just because Deontay Wilder knocked out Breazeale in the 1st or 2nd round and Anthony Joshua took Breazeale to the 7th or 8th round to beat him, that doesn't mean that when Anthony Joshua steps in the ring with Deontay Wilder will knock him out or even beat him. Anthony Joshua could beat him. Hopefully he does, because obviously I'm British, so yeah, I want Anthony Joshua to win. And you know, I think it's every boxing fan's fantasy to see Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali in the ring. Like, I wish someone could invent a time machine, you know, and just put those two in the ring, just for one night, you know, just one fight. If there could be one fight that could be organized, one fantasy fight that could be organized in the boxing world, it would have to be Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali. You know, I believe Mike Tyson will win. I think Mike Tyson, you know, would have been too much of an animal for Muhammad Ali, but they would definitely be interesting to see. So that's what you call fighting maths. It's where, you know, two people can have a fight, and, you know, one person is far superior to that person, and then the underdog of that fight knocks out someone else. Yeah, that person that was knocked out doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to lose to the person who's superior in the first fight. It doesn't go that way. You know, I lost to someone that seemed inferior to me. You know, it just happened. So yeah, I would love to be able to see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight, and hopefully it happens soon. When you're competing against someone, obviously you'll have an opponent, yeah? And it doesn't matter if it's boxing, taekwondo, judo, karate, any kind of sparring contact martial art, yeah? That opponent, you know you're not fighting that opponent, you know? And I know this is going to sound strange. You're not actually in a fight with that opponent. You're in a fight with yourself. That opponent is there to test you. They're there to test how mentally strong you are. Because everyone thinks that, oh, you know, in order to win a fight, you just have to go in there and just beat the person up or kick them around or whatever, or just train hard before. Listen, most fights are won and lost before they say go. Yeah, most fights are won and lost, not even on the day, weeks before, because people don't put in the work for it. Listen, the reason why a lot of people are confident in the ring, not because of their prior experience or whatever, or because they're full of themselves, it's because they put in the work beforehand. So they put in work months before or weeks before. So they go in the ring with that confidence. Now, it's easy to keep your confidence with someone that is inferior to yourself. That's easy. But the real test of your confidence is when you're up against someone who is kicking the banana stuffing out of you. Most people, this happened to me before, when you start getting the banana stuffing kicked out of you, yeah, you lose your confidence. That's why they've lost the fight. They haven't lost the fight because they're physically weaker than the person or whatever. That's just a small aspect of it. They've lost the fight because they've lost confidence. With every kick, every punch that they receive, they're losing confidence and confidence. That's why most people lose fights. You're going to come across people who are going to push you beyond your 100%. And that's what you need. Listen, the reason why I stepped up my game in Taekwondo is because at my club, there was a guy, like, he was a part of my club, but he trained elsewhere, yeah? And for about 6 weeks straight, I'm talking about 2 classes per week, for 6 weeks straight, this boy was kicking the stuffing out of me. He was kicking the stuffing out of me. And then one day, I was like, bun this. And I started beating him up, yeah? Now, when we have fights, like, he's like my best opponent. Yeah, he is my best opponent because he's the guy, and I'm thankful that I met this guy. Cause he was a couple years younger than me as well. I'm glad I bucked up on him because he beat me up so much that I had to step my game up, and I wouldn't be as tough as a fighter as I am today if it wasn't for that guy. So I'm thankful that I came across this guy and he kicked me around, because it made me the fighter I am today. Not that I'm a world champion or nothing like that, but he pushed me so far that I actually changed how I thought. That my thought process in the ring changed because he kicked me around so much that I thought, do you know what, I need to step my game up. So I'm thankful. You trust me, in life, yeah, this goes outside of the martial arts or boxing or whatever, innit, yeah. Be thankful for people who try to put you down or try to, you know, throw dirt on your name or try to harm you. They're actually making you stronger. How many times have you people broken up with people You might be a guy broken up with a girl, or a girl broken up with a guy, and you're thinking, nah, I'm not a punk. Nah, I'm going to show that person that, nah, you know what, you lost out on something good or whatever. I'm going to find someone better than you. Or, do you know what, okay, this person left me because I lost all my money. I'm going to go back and make more money and get a nicer girl than that, or whatever. So sometimes in life, you need bad things to happen to you. Yeah? Not bad things, but you need to go through some bad experiences because it makes you tough. It gives you that thick skin. So yeah, just be thankful for people who come in your life as well, who, you know, remember what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's so true, 100%. I've experienced that firsthand in different avenues in life already, and I'm still a young man, yeah. So if you like the video, subscribe. If you don't like the video, change your station.